Your character has lost a lot.
Of weight.
Well, we have blood loss, perhaps. Yeah. So, but what is her next move, having lost her husband and seemingly all her power?
She has to claw her way back to some kind of security, and you're right, she's bereft. But her vengeance, this season's called Vengeance, and her vengeance runs so deep in her, it just goes to her soul. So she has an end game in mind for vengeance on the whole bloody lot of them, in particular, Crixus. And she's thrown into a very improbable and intense relationship with Ilithia. So that's a real... And remember, Ilithia's the one who bolted the doors and caused this storm to come down on them. Notice how I left out the word that storm to come down on them. So Ilithia's got to pay sometime.
Where does she turn, for allies? Because, she can't obviously turn to the gladiators. She can't turn to Ilithia.
Well, what does one do? You keep your friends close. She doesn't have any friends. And keep your enemies closer. She's got a lot of enemies. So I guess that's where you have to start.
Did you know when you finished the first season whether you were going to live or not? At the time everyone thought maybe you were dead, but wasn't sure.
Honestly, they were already kind of going, should we, shouldn't we? And I don't know, I kind of thank the press for keeping me there, because you guys showed up and wanted to talk to me, and I think the powers that be that didn't know me in particular kind of went, wow, she's got all kinds of value that we didn't know about. So thank you, Matt. Thanks, Matt.
You're very welcome. You got through the prequel, and we got a lot of insight into your character in that. Does that come into play, some of those revelations going forward now?
Oh yeah, well, it certainly informed me a lot about my character, and I always play this role like, this is me. If I was in that time with these influences around me in this situation, this is how I would behave. So I've got these words, and I've got to play out the scene, and I just do it for real, and so everything I've ever done in my life comes into play. It's not necessarily one job, one episode or anything. It's everything that I've ever been through is useful.
Spartacus is known for having some adult content. They don't hold back in the violence and sex arena. Safe to say going forward that will continue in Vengeance?
I thought I was done with that. Apparently not. But let me just say, it takes on a different tone. It's very peculiar what these people come up with. They find new ways to shock even me. Even me.
We did a feature at IGN, I believe it was called Spartacus's Most Twisted Sex Scenes or something like that. Yeah, when you get the scripts, you go,
oh
all right.
My God, I've got some doozies for you this year. Doozies. Honest to God, I have been through some stuff in the last month. It's going to make your top two. Both of them are going to make your top two.
Wow. Okay, looking forward.
Twisty. We were bent and now we're screwy.